Good to go, good to go, good to go, good to go. What's up, people? Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay. What up, y'all? How's everybody doing, man? I'm trying to get it together. Hope it's okay. Hope I didn't miss a button. My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black Show, guys. Yeah. Yo, what's up, people? How y'all feeling? Yo, Sunday night here on the Tim Black Show. Rowdy as always, honest, brutally honest, ready to pulverize the system. We do it every time. I want to thank everybody for coming back. Give a big shout out to the YouTube crowd, my YouTube people, the Tim Black Wolfpack, and my moderators, Buck Bewley and Black Mamba. Give it up for them. Yeah, man. Energy, energy, energy. Energy. Come on, y'all. Okay. You can tell I'm used to doing this live, like doing this in front of an audience, right? So check this out, y'all. Live in person, Check it out, man. We on X, we on Facebook, we on YouTube, and we're doing it big tonight. I want to thank everybody that tuned in, man. Do what you do. Hit the like button on your way in. That makes it easier. It makes it easier. That way you ain't got to remember to do it if you already did it. Everybody's got one like to spend. You only get one like. Like's too short. Hit the like button. Let the algorithm know that you're watching the Tim Black Show. And yeah, that helps us in the algorithm. This ain't for bragging rights. This is for our streaming rights. Yo, yo. My people on X, how y'all doing, X? What's cracking? My people on X. Can I get a retweet of my people on X? Can my people on X retweet? I be seeing folks on X, man. That's a very different kind of crowd, man. Those folks on X don't play. Facebook, what's up, man? Hi, Facebook. Hello. It's like 3 people. Hi, Tim. Hello, Timothy. Yo, what's up, Facebook? How y'all doing, man? Do something. Retweet, post, do something. Like, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Okay, tonight's topic is Don Lemon versus Bill Maher, Black MAGA versus the BlueKluxKlan. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all ain't see that coming. You ain't ready for it, man. You ain't ready for it. Black MAGA versus the BlueKluxKlan. That's what it is, Johnson. Yeah, man. Look, yo, I thought I made that term up, the BlueKluxKlan. Somebody used it a couple of years ago. I didn't even know. I'm started Googling it because I was going, I was going to say, hey, I'm going to incorporate this and everything. Because to me, the blue MAGA people, the blue mafia, they like the Klan to me, Johnson. They like the Klan. I liken them to the Klan, Johnson, because their ways are very diabolical. There's no humanity in it, man. It's all about their goals, their ambitions, what they intend to get. And they don't care what they got to do to step over you. And the way they treat black people in particular is disgusting. We're going to cover that tonight, man. It's going to be dope. You're going to leave here with a different understanding of what's going on, man. Give me 90 minutes to 120 minutes of your time, and I'll give you the world. I hope the volume's okay. Buck, is the volume okay? Black Mamba, is the volume okay? We doing okay. Everybody just settle in because we got a lot to cover tonight. It's gonna be good times, though, I guarantee it. None of this is scripted. None of this is scripted. Nah, man. I got notes about the topics just to have some type of logical order, but none of this is scripted. We all just come off the dome. That's the best podcasters, man. The best show host. The The ones I enjoy. No, let me say the ones I enjoy. Because it's all relative about what's best. You know? I like people that can sit down and say something and make you go, I hadn't considered that. You're making me think. Some people don't like when they make you think. Well, some people don't like to think. That's it. Some people don't like to think. They get upset. Yeah, we're going to have fun tonight, man, because we're going to do some exposing of the Democratic Party, some exposing of human nature, frankly, as well. Because Democrats, I don't know if you noticed it now, but Democrats are people. So when we're criticizing Democrats, we're actually criticizing people. You know what I mean? We're also talking about the human condition, right? So this is not just one side of the aisle. This is not just about Democrats. I mean, Republicans have many, many issues themselves. So we want to be clear here. The job of the Tim Black Show was not to make you become a Republican. It's to make you become aware. But I got a mission, though. We got a mission here on the Tim Black Show, Johnson. Anybody know what it is? What's the mission? If you know what it is, shout out the mission of the Tim Black Show, so we can be very crystal clear here. Because every once in a while, people get it kind of twisted. They watch 3 minutes of a clip, and they walk away with this idea of what my body of work is, like really what I'm doing. Right? The mission of this, my mission of my content, not one particular segment, calling out Maxine Waters or calling out Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. My mission is to help Black Americans get out of the burning building, which is better known as the Democratic Party. And see, that sounds foreign because you ain't used to Black people having no mission that concern Black people. You ain't used to somebody being bold enough to say that. And I got some white people watching. Yeah. So, yo, it's different. It's different. Even my MAGA people got to understand something. It is going to be more difficult to fix America from its problems, to barter with this horrible system of corruption that's only now being just realized just how deep it goes. When we got millions of Americans predisposed to already give one group, one party, their vote when they ain't done a damn thing. That, my friends, is a pediment to progress. That don't help nothing. So instead of hating on me, or instead of not helping me, MAGA, instead of not helping me, Trumpers, instead of not helping me, Republicans, you should see the benefit of having someone who's aware of that. Green Party people, instead of being upset, I'm not championing for you. People that are part of that other party, the Truth and Justice Party, instead of being concerned about me not being a supporter of your particular party, recognize my mission is bigger than that. It's different than that. Man, I was watching something yesterday, right? And I don't know how I got triggered on this, man. You know what it was? It was the people that are relentless. These people are relentless when they've been questioning me when I said, hey, the Democrats should have clapped for DJ Daniel. Yo, man, there are people that have been hounding me, and you won't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Take that, take that, take that. There are people that have been hounding me because I say the Democratic Party should have clapped for the young boy with the brain cancer who's battling brain cancer that was at the Trump address. I said that was a dumb political move. It made no sense. You ain't gotta stand up. You ain't gotta do somersaults. You ain't gotta dance. You ain't got to kiss Trump's ring or kiss his feet. But you could have been cordial. Yeah, there were people that came at me like, Tim Blackman, you know it's all propaganda, Tim. They're using that young man as a prop. That's why they didn't clap, Tim. Now remember the State of the Union address? It's weeks ago now at this point, right? You know somebody came at me about that like 2 days ago. And it kind of just ticked me off. Because not only is it late as hell to talk about it, because we already talked about it, the venue in which they talked to me about it was under a video that had nothing to do with it. And they're supposed to be a supporter of me, of my show. And the worst part of it, more than anything else, because you never know when someone's watching the video. So that's kind of not a point. But the worst part about it is that the Democratic Party is so hypocritical. How could you say such? I sat through the Democrats dragging out the widows of black men killed by cops. Every time a black person is killed by a cop, no matter what the situation, the Democrats try to use it to fundraise. They try to use it to ingratiate themselves, to buddy up to Black America, to show they care about black people. Every time. Every time. See me to tell me if Joe Biden would have did a State of the Union and he brought out a little black boy with brain cancer, he would have only been doing it because he really cares? Is that what you're trying to tell me? He wouldn't have been doing it to score a political point when we know politicians rarely do anything without trying to score a political point. And you're talking about the party that scores the more points using other people as humanly possible. That would be the Democratic Party. These are the people that put on kente cloth and took a knee in the rotunda like they were doing something for black people. And you gonna talk to me about the 13-year-old kid that tugs at the heartstrings of anybody with a moral compass fighting for his life. Now you want to be like, we can't use politics, Tim. Can't give in to propaganda. And that's why the Democrats lose. But it's deeper than that. When I was 12 years old, we moved out of our apartment we rented a house in a place called Riverdale, Maryland. And Riverdale, Maryland is an old small town in Prince George's County. The part of Riverdale, Maryland that we were staying in was 95% poor white people. 95% poor white people. I want to underline that because if these white people would have had money, we wouldn't have been able to afford to live there. That's how I know they were poor white people. And when you're black and you're living amongst the poor white people, you learn things. You know what I learned, guys? I learned that if you're going on a candle drive for your middle school, and you're in the 7th grade, there are doors you shouldn't knock on to sell candles. Don't do it. I learned if you walk up and you see a car sitting on crates with the hood up, and you see a shed in the back that's open and there's trash everywhere, there's other car parts parked in the back towards the back of the driveway. There's a flag and a refrigerator on the porch. If you see a bunch of red, white, and blue or Pabst Blue Ribbon beer cans in a basket that looks like it's a trash can, to your left, it'd probably be a good idea not to knock on their door. That's what I learned. The more you know. But considering I was only, I think, 13, I had just turned 13, I had just entered the 7th grade, and I'm in my new neighborhood, and we've only been here since maybe July, and school started in August or September. I think it was September back then. And this was a great fundraiser drive because we're selling candles, and there's this great, I forget what the prize was. The prize was going to be something amazing, y'all. I don't know what it was. But I remember I was excited. Not to be a salesman, but the goal to reach the goal of getting first or second or third place in the fundraising drive. There was something we would win. And I knew I couldn't sell it at home because my mom, we ain't had no money for no damn candles. She's like, I can get candles. I can get candles up at the 5 and Dime, at the Kresge's or the Zayers. I need to go get we don't. But mama, these candles come in an aluminum tin thing, and you got a lid on it. Nah, I don't use them type of candles, baby. I got the other kind. How much are they? Oh no, I don't use them kind of candles, baby. Baby, we got these types of candles. These are 3 for $1. These are the good ones. So I had to go outside the house and sell my candles, is what I'm trying to tell you. So I go out the house, and I walk like 5 or 6 houses, 7 houses, I don't know, up the street, and that's when I saw this house that I described to you earlier that had the gate was open, the garage was open, and and the trash and the cans and the flag, and the door was open. Folks, the door was open to the house. Well, not all the way. The inner door was open. The door you break, the big door. It had but that door was open, but the screen door was closed. So here I am, 13-year-old Timmy Black, knocking on what would be the poor white's door. And I knock on the door, and the sound a screen door makes when there's no door to muffle it. It's like, it sounds like someone hits your car almost. It's so damn loud. Clank, 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 clank. And I swear they hit it that hard. I swear I didn't. But just the sound of an cheap-ass aluminum door that ain't closed all the way properly as it bangs against the door jamb. Gang, 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 gang. So I hit the door a couple times. There's no bail to press. There's no ring cameras. So ring cameras at, what was this, 85 or some shit. Yeah, a whole lifetime ago if you're young. You're a young person, you're like, 85, Jesus Christ, Tim. Wonder, I never heard of Pabst Blue Ribbon or any of that swill you talking about, fam. So anyway, look, all of a sudden I hear this sound, this person yelled out and said, "Who the hell's at the door? What the hell is that? Who the hell is that?" I said, my name is Timmy. I'm from up down the street. I'm selling candles for my school job. It helps us save the whales or whatever it did. It did something. And we need you to buy, would you like to buy some candles for me? It will help in my school. He said, what? I said, my name is Timmy. I'm up the street. I'm your neighbor. I'm selling school candles for the thing. And then, would you like to buy some candles, sir? And this white guy, the poor white man, this white man looked like I couldn't tell how old he was, but he looked a little old, like 40. I don't know. That's like 100 when you're 13. He walked towards the door. He didn't have on any pants. He had some old, he was wearing some old boxers, and he didn't have no shirt on. He had a beer in his hand. He looked at me. I looked at him. I said, this guy's basically naked. He said, we don't. He looked dead and he said, huh? He said, we don't allow no ninjas around here. I said, what? He said, you can't hear? I said, we don't allow no ninjas around here. Just then another voice came out the back. He said, who's at the door? He said, a ninja's at the door. I was a little taken aback. But I understand leave. I understand leave. So I leave. I'm gone. I'm out of there, man. I was like, this is why did, I'm trying to understand why this white man just called me these racial slurs, because up until that point, I hadn't really heard white people, because I really wasn't around white people that much, I remember getting into a fight with a white kid when I was like in third grade or something, who called me that word. But it's not something we lived in the black community. When we use it, it's, for fun. It's out of love. Just rings off the tongue, flows off the tongue differently when white dudes with no shirt, poor white dudes with no shirt say it. So, I go on back to I take me and my candles, I walk back. I walk home. And I'm a little dejected. I'm feeling like maybe it's not a good idea to sell these damn candles. It does something to the spirit when you're 13 years old and you live in a neighborhood, and now you feel a little unsafe in your new neighborhood. Now, when I saw the faces of the poor whites watching me ride my bike up the street, I felt a little different now. I didn't think that they were smiling, even if they kind of were sometimes, because I kind of thought they were thinking the same way he was thinking. And it's not a good feeling. Not a good feeling at all to feel like people are judging you so harshly and really want to hurt you. They want to hurt your feelings. There's no other reason to say that to a kid except you want to hurt them. And there's no humanity in that, I did end up discussing it with my mom, and she said, basically, don't worry about them. Don't worry about those people. Don't go back over there. And we love you, and you can be anything. You can be president. You're so smart. You're so bright. You're a great kid. I say that, sir, not to make you be all misty about it. It is what it is. Racism exists. And, contrary to what Charlie Kirk and, Adam Carolla and, various, Candace Owens, contrary to what those people think, racism does exist in America. I know, I was there. But here's the thing about it. Voting Democrat ain't gonna change that shit. Voting Democrat is not gonna make that guy in his underwear say nice things to black kids when they come selling candles. And supporting Joe Biden or get mad at family members because they didn't vote for Kamala, because it does nothing to make it so that we never have to hear such slang, such slanderous terms or hateful comments. We never have to feel the way I felt that day. That's not what it means. And no matter what the Democrats try to sell you or tell you, when they use race, they use it for their own benefit, because there's absolutely nothing any political party could do to eradicate ignorance or hate or meanness or drunk white guys who are whatever, on whatever they're on. Okay? So I experience racism, but I don't need a party trying to pick my pocket, trying to take my vote, and using my pain for their gain. You understand? Because there's absolutely nothing that Kamala gonna do about it. It's nothing Biden gonna do about it. It's nothing any of these AOC or Schumer or Pelosi. They don't even try to pretend they're gonna do nothing about it. It's just we got some people stuck on stupid that thinks if we vote for them, that's gonna help with something. And as we're learning, all it did was help them recycle money amongst their own community of mostly rich white people and a few black faces in high places, while the rest of us stay broke. Because you don't fix any of that with politics. That's personal, that's hard. He said that because of who he was. He said that because of him. And it's up to him to fix him. Ain't no external, nothing external is going to fix him internally. Now, that was 30 years ago. He probably long gone by now. That fixed him. But I'm just being honest, guys. I just think that the Democratic Party are able to utilize our pain and our suffering, use our traumatic, they call it trauma. I just call it being black. I just call it stuff that happens, you know? Using that against us in order to get their votes, man. We got to stop letting them do that. It's self-serving. It does no good, and they ain't going to fix it, okay? What they are willing to do is get your vote, take your vote for acting like they give a damn about it. For pretending that they got something to do with something about eradicating it, and they don't. And I didn't much ask that person if they even had a political affiliation, because I didn't care. All right, guys, tonight tonight's topic of the show is Don Lemon versus Bill Maher, Black MAGA versus BlueKluxKlan, the BlueKluxKlan. Let's get it cracking, Johnson. The show is brought to you by the Tim Black Mug Shop. Go to Tim Black Mug to get this great mug. This is my legacy mug, the Tim Black Show mug. It's politics for the people. Dishwasher safe, microwave safe, and hatred safe. It's also corruption safe. Beautiful thing. Let's jump into this first segment. Are you ready, Buck Bewley? Are you ready, Black Mamba? Let's do some good. Sound like the 18. Dun, 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 dun. Something.
Just hours after Donald Trump tried to use an 18th century law to deport 5 Venezuelans, a federal judge halted Trump's order. Now, the White House yesterday invoked what is called the Alien Enemies Act to deport suspected members of a Venezuelan gang. The act hasn't been used since World War II, when it was used as a legal basis to intern people of Japanese, German, and Italian descent. The judge noted Venezuela is not at war with the United States, and he ordered the planes deporting Venezuelans to immediately return to America because they were already in the air. I have been checking. We don't know if the planes turned around.
Yeah, we don't know if that happened, and I think that's an important aspect of this. But I think it's important to understand with the Alien Enemies Act of 1798. Let
me go. Whoa, guys, hold on a second. So let me get this right. We don't want them to leave, right? Is that what you're telling me? Democrats don't want the gang. Like, we ain't got enough gangs already in America, huh? You feel like you violate human rights to send gang members back to their country. Is that what you're telling me? Hey, man, hey, look, man, if you're a Republican right now, you are happy as hell. You are happy as hell. Johnson, the Democrats, their party's over. Yeah, man, Cooling the Gang started unplugging all the equipment. The van pulled up. They load crates in the car. The party is over, Johnson. The Democrats are going to make the case why getting rid of the Ventralaga, the Trinidad gang is wrong.
What's the genesis, the thing that moves it? The president has the ability to quickly detain and deport immigrants from a hostile nation, either during times of declared war or when a foreign government perpetuates an invasion or predatory incursion into the United States. Venezuela, is not a hostile nation to the United States, at least not in the sense that we're looking here. We don't have a declared war with Venezuela at the moment, at least that I don't know, unless in Donald Trump's head there's one. As a foreign government, what invasion is it perpetuating, right, or what predatory incursion is it making into the United States? So folks, you understand how he's abusing and twisting the law on its face by the
to help us. To help us. Yeah, to help us. Yeah. You know, when people twist laws and stuff, it's usually to hurt us. This don't even impact us. Like, I'm not from El Salvador, and I'm not part of a Trinidad gang. And I never grew up with anybody. I don't know anybody who's a part of the Trinidad gang. It's to help us. We don't care if you twist something up, it's going to help us. How do they even have rights? They're not even American citizens. How do we have the right to keep them? Like, what is it that we had to keep them here? We can't just deport them? I'm trying to understand why we can't deport the gang member. Michael Steele, I already know you live in a nice area in Maryland. You don't have the Trinidad in your zip code, not in your subdivision. But if you did, I bet you'd be talking a little bit different. Yeah, you can always tell these Democrats don't live where this is going down.
Words, but come on, words have meaning, and that applies.
Next on deck.
Yeah, man, they want to. Folks, the Democrats don't want to win. Look, I believe, folks, because we got the next clip is about it as well. Your friend Jasmine Crockett is going to weigh in on her thoughts on it. The Democratic Party doesn't want to win elections; they just want to pick up checks. The Democratic Party has no intention of winning anything. They're fine with losing. They get to go. Let's just face it, the Democrats, they're on the opposite side of where everybody else in America is, or pretty much on every issue there is. I think even less Americans want to keep the Trinidad in America than want biological men, to compete against biological women in sports. These are the same people that would say, don't clap for that little boy with brain cancer, because Trump using him as a prop. And that know why the rest of the country's looking at them like, what unfeeling earthlings, what grotesque, cold souls they have, what dead-eyed democrats they are. What shapeless, apathetic, uncaring, soulless human beings they are. These are the same people, man. They at least are, they may not be right, but they are at least consistent in their buffoonery, in their foolishness, in their lack of strategy. I'm sorry. Folks, this is clear, and I'm gonna, here's the thing, we're gonna go to the next clip, and I gotta say this. The Democrats have perfected the art of being so gaslit with Trump that they cut off their own nose to spite their face. Yeah, when you start siding with the gangs, with the trendy Aragua gang over the country's safety, Trump ain't worried about them coming to get him. He's protected. Well, you know, he's supposed to be protected. We see how that worked out. Trump's not worried about his safety. He good. You don't understand this, Michael. I'm not even going to call him Michael Steele. Michael Plastic? Michael Feather? Because you are not hard as steel. There's no steel going through your veins, Johnson. Listen, when you're on the opposite side of this particular issue, you're on the opposite side of the safety of American citizens. I don't care what background they're from. If they're not in your Trump deranged madness coalition, they want them out of here. In fact, your lack of understanding just how dangerous the MS-13 and the trendy Araguas are just shows that you are out of touch. You and Simone are worse than dumb. I don't even know a term for that. I guess idiotic. Folks, this is horrific right here. This is horrific. How could you? It's just being a hack, man. How could you come up on the other side of this? Listen, guys, I don't know. I'm assuming that the plane had already left and it already touched down. Here goes a clip of these very nice gang members that Michael Steele and Simone Sanders and the Democrats wanted to stay in this country. This is interesting, folks. What I saw is that they wanted these people out of the country so badly to the El Salvador prison, to go back to the El Salvador prison. And the people there, they received them in open arms, as you can see. They're getting treated real nice over there, you know, because those gangs are very dangerous. And they see the test, that's all they got to see to prove who they are, to prove what they are. They put together this little video. This is shot by El Salvador and put out. They're not hiding it. Oh, thank you. These are people. Okay, we got this. We got this. This is a theatrical. This is like a movie trailer, but it's not. This is actually those people that Trump sent out of the country back to their home country. So El Salvador has no problem with taking their people back. How'd you get out of prison? How'd you get out? So they're willing to take them back and put them up in their own prisons or whatever, in their own incarceration system, whatever that is. And then not only that, they're working with us. They want to show how they handle business in El Salvador. They put out this nice glossy. This right here, the quality on this is so great. I mean, cinematic quality of this. This is something else, folks. Yeah. They don't play. Look at them all in line. Let's go. Let's go. Shaving them down. Hey, man. So it appears that the El Salvador is working along with it. I heard that the president of El Salvador gave out a statement. I guess it was the president. I don't know who it was. I couldn't find that before showtime. I was trying to find it. But I know it's supportive. I know it's very much supportive of Donald Trump trying to deport those people. Let's go to Jasmine Crockett explaining to Americans why we should keep the gang members here. That's always fun.
With Tim Black.
to deport undocumented Venezuelans that the administration say are dangerous individuals with ties to the gang Tren de Aragua. That gang is obviously associated with a lot of crime, human trafficking, drug dealing, theft, shootings, including in your state of Texas, right outside of your congressional district. Do you agree with this? And if not, what's your issue with the U.S. using any tool at its disposal to remove undocumented violent people from this country?
Well, my argument is that we already have tools that are available to remove undocumented violent people from our country. And so the idea that you want to go into a zombie law, this is kind of like what we saw in Arizona when they decided to revive a zombie law around abortion. We're
not talking about abortion. Why are you bringing in other stuff? We're talking about criminals. First of all, let's be a little clear here, guys, because she doesn't understand how the law works. She's a lawyer, but she doesn't understand that coming into America without going through the proper channels, that's already breaking one law in America. I know she doesn't give a damn, even though she lives in a border state. She represents a border state. It doesn't care about the border. That's crazy. It doesn't even know that coming across the border without going through the proper checkpoints is against the law, and that's a crime. She said it wasn't. And now these people are gang members. Gang members. And as Jake Tapper just explained, committing a lot of crime in Texas to her constituents, potentially. Because that's where she's from, Texas. And she's got excuses because she hates Trump so much. Trump's so dangerous. And there was this law, people used the abortion law on the books from back in the day or whatever. Is she going to use that to justify why those people should stay in her state? And if we already got laws that are supposed to remove these people, why didn't those laws work? Because this works. You want the plane to turn around with these people on it. Let's keep going, Johnson.
The fact that we can't trust this administration
to
actually use a scalpel, but instead they love to use a butcher knife on things. And so...
Oh, okay, I get it. So on things, they use a butcher knife on things. Oh, I get it. So it's not about getting rid of the notorious bloodthirsty gang of Trinidad. It's because Trump. Because we don't trust Trump. You trust the gang members more than you trust Trump. That's it. Okay. I understand that Jasmine Crockett's district is 40% Latino. Is that true? 40% Latino, 30% black, 20% white. So I can't just put this all on Black America. But Black America, if you come out and you vote for this woman, again, I don't care how much money she has. I don't care if she runs against this pen. She could be up against this pen. You should choose this pen. This pen can't do much for you, but you know what? It's quiet. It doesn't say dumb things. I'm quiet. I don't say stupid things. I don't make up fake laws. I don't dance. Do the duck lips. I'm not 43 acting 22 to get the black vote. Talking down to black people. I don't call black people stupid when they don't want me or they don't agree with me. I don't say they're just ignorant. Need to read books. And I don't pick Venezuelan gangs, criminals undocumented in the country, gang members from Venezuela over American citizens just to try to knock the stuffing out of Trump. That's a campaign ad. I approve this message. If this pen runs against Jasmine Crockett, I implore you to vote for the pen. The pen. the little rich girl, Jasmine Crockett, who she really is really starting to come out. It's lately been coming out a lot. And at some point, we should accept that that's who she is. But it's okay. You can blame the messenger. A lot of people have been shooting the messenger on this. But this is a bridge too far for even her. You have to know how unpopular it is to be in support of gang members and then use some, like, are you working for the gangs? And that's pretty much the thing, right? People are pretty much seduced that Jasmine Crockett and the Democrats are become so brain damaged that they are working against America because Trump is the president of America. They hate Trump so much they're working against the country to try to stick it to somebody who's already won. Trump is the president. You're not hurting him. He already in office. You hurting us. And in this particular situation, as Jake set it up, she's hurting people of Texas because their gang operates in Texas. It's not at the White House. It's not at Mar-a-Lago. It's in Texas. And that's not important to her. She said, we can't trust Trump. Therefore, we got to keep the gangs. You can't make this up.
That we can't trust this administration to actually use a scalpel, but instead they love to use a butcher knife on things. And so giving them this wide latitude to just kind of go across and just claim that anybody is anything is wrong. And so we do.
No, Goofy. Jake Tapper, why aren't you stopping her? Why aren't you stopping her? These gang members have all the tattoos. I just saw them in a clip. They brand themselves. They become branded. It's obvious. No, this is not. They could just say anything and be anything as anybody could be. They could just go through and just sweep anybody up and send them to El Salvador. No. My understanding, these are 238 people. Very specific, not random people. Not the guy at the Home Depot, not the guy doing roofing, not the guy doing road work. No, these are gang members. Their life is crime. They have tattoos that says, hi, just like you got a tattoo somewhere probably, I'm sure, that says Democrat. They have one that says something for the Trinidad and Wagwa. Jake, I'm disappointed, sir. You should have pushed back. You know damn well they ain't just picked these gang members out of a group of just regular, just American citizens. They're undocumented. That's the reason they get sent out. And then they're gang members too. That's 2 strikes. This ain't baseball, Goofy.
To just kind of go across and just claim that anybody is anything is wrong. And so we do have courts, we do have processes, we do have laws, and we should just go ahead and use those. There's a reason that nobody else has decided to go back until into Adam's times in order to try to find ways to make sure that we can keep our country safe.
Next on deck.
Yeah, I think that I believe this one. You'll notice that Miss Crockett. I don't know. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Notice that Crockett is talking a little bit different. I mean, she still does word salad and says like about 15 times. But she is doing a little less of the sister girl routine, you know, because she went to Rutgers and been in private school her whole life. And she's in her 40s. It's kind of nice for her to stop trying to cosplay, pretend to be something in order to dumb it down to appeal to people, just to fool them. But what she's saying isn't smart. It's not smart to say, oh, we trust Trump so little, therefore we got to keep the killers and the rapists in the country, and if we can't get them out, the regular way, then we shouldn't be able to get rid of them. No. I think Democrats need to take a long look in the mirror, and I hope that Democratic voters will take a long look at them and realize we only got one president at a time, and each president deserves your support, as in, if they're doing something for the country, you could disagree with it, but if you're going to be a public official, you got to have more of a reason than I got on a blue jersey and he's got on a red jersey. You know, it just can't be partisan. Everything can't just be about beating the other party, particularly when it comes to safety, particularly when it comes to something this cut and dry. These are not citizens of the United States. They're not even supposed to be in our country. They did not come in the correct way. And they are probably fugitives from their country. These are the people we were talking about when everybody said, oh, that's just Trump fear-mongering. He just said that to scare people. No, they were here. What you thought they were doing? Here to change their lives? Change their lives? Was it now they took up being priests and monks? Now that they came here, no more gangbanging, no more drugs, no more killing, no more none of that. All of a sudden they're different people because they moved here. No, there were criminals there. Now those criminals are here. And for the record, guys, and I don't mean no disrespect, but from what I hear, these gangs, the gangs in Venezuela, the Trinidad, when it comes to the level of gangster, right? It's a high level of gangsterism. It makes I like mafia look like like we was joking around. The brutality, right? The brazen, the lack of respect for life. Like, I'm not even going to go into it. It's a YouTube video, but from what I hear, the tactics of the Trinidad is on another level. On another level. That's what I hear. Don't have personal knowledge to that effect. But I think that the Democratic Party, the reason one of the reasons why they lost and they will continue to lose is this attitude that, you know, they feel like, damn America, who cares? We got to stop Trump. And they're not stopping Trump. All they're doing, it's like, Trump's like a football player, you ever play football with your kids when they were toddlers or something? They're trying to tackle you, and you're the big dad. Of course, I've done this with my oldest son. He's trying to tackle me. He's like draped all over me, and I'm just still walking, trying to bring me down. Oh! And I'm like, I'm going to the touchdown. And he's like hanging on my shoulder. Then my other son hanging on my leg, trying to bring me down. But they can't do it. I'm too big. They're just little people trying to stop you as you walk towards it, go, I'm going to win. I'm going to score the touchdown. No, Dad, no. That's what the Democrats look like. You know, like Trump's like this giant, and you're like little people draped around his legs trying to stop him. And you can't. It's futile. And he's about to score, and he scored again. I think Trump does stuff like this. He didn't need to do this. I feel like Trump did it just to make your goofy asses come out and embarrass yourself on the world stage and embarrass yourself to all your constituents. They don't understand. They drank their own Kool-Aid about Trump. They really think Trump's dumb. Trump and his people are very smart, smarter than you. Yeah, I'm going to go with this, guys. I think Trump knew the court was going to rule this way on this law. I think Trump knew you guys are going to jump out the gym. And he also knew how America was going to feel about it. And he just baits you. He throws the bait out, and there you go. Fishing in the fishes swim around and take the hook. And he sets the hook and reels you in because you are that dumb. All you see, well, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat the worm. Oh, that worm ain't going to know where to hit it. And you lock on to the hook. Yeah, I think Trump knew that you guys were going to jump out the gym and lose your damn mind and embarrass yourself. Because you're on the side. I know you want to be smart. You want to be like, hey, we're doing it because of this reason. And it's the thing. The thing is connected to the thing. And this is a statue that's old. And it does this. And Trump is scary. And And this thing. And the perpendicular lines are connected to the manifold. It's connected to the thing that does this. And the catalytic converter thing. And it does this. And the ventricular force perpetuates the ongoing longevity of the systematic, archaic, Pepto-Bismol of the rotary of the flatulence. But all average Americans here is they on the side of the gang. Trump on the side of the people. It's two sides. It's gang and us. That's the two sides. They on the side of the gang. And Trump is on the side of us. I think I like Trump's position better. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, y'all. Give it up for that. Guys, can we get some likes on the show? We're trying to get to 400. Our goal tonight is 400 likes. I don't know how well we're doing on Sunday. It kind of all runs together. I think Sundays we do pretty good, but it's important for the algorithm. Not for me, not for bragging rights. I already got bragging rights. I got Mrs. Black, and I got great kids, and they love me, and I got a great show here, and I got great friends in the Tim Black Wolf Pack. That's enough to brag about. Nah, I ask you to hit the like button and to share the show so we reach more people. More people need to hear sanity, some realness in their content, in their news content. Don't make them listen to, Rachel Maddow, and don't lock your friends in a room with Blitzer and Anderson Blooper. Don't do it. Love your friends. Don't make them watch corporate media. Have a heart. All right, guys, let's go to the next one. Let's go. We got a little bit more. We got more to do here. Yeah, Johnson.
Go ahead and use those. There's a reason that nobody else has decided to go back into Adam's times in order to try to find ways to make sure that we can keep our country safe.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
It's the same thing that when I see not all black Republicans, but I see a black MAGA person who is carrying Donald Trump's water and they know that he's lying. It is the shortest line to the front. Because if you're black and you're whatever, you're just in line with a bunch of other Democrats that are doing the same thing that you're doing. But if you become a black MAGA person, it's like, whoa, let's book this person, let's put him on television.
So you don't think you can be a sincere black MAGA person?
No, I just said, I don't think that. I just said I think there can be sincere Republicans,
but you can't be a sincere black Republican.
I don't think that you can be a rational MAGA, be black and be a rational MAGA person. I think you can be black and be a Republican.
I think
that's kind of crazy because when he sat down with Candace Owens, he didn't say that. Isn't that crazy? Don Lemon brought Candace Owens on his platform. And he didn't say anything about her being a phony, a fake, a fraud, or anything. It wasn't that long ago. It's since he's had his own platform. I'm trying to understand this. And I'm kind of jumping the shark because we got the other stuff he said it's crazy. It's crazy. He's saying you could be a Republican, a black Republican, but you can't be a black MAGA supporter, which is a person that supports Donald Trump. Maybe not necessarily the Republican Party itself, because maybe you don't trust the party. You think the party needs a lot of changes. So he's down for the institutionalism in the party that supported Donald and actually elected him. That's fine. But if you like Donald Trump himself, then you're a fraud. That doesn't exist. There's no way that you could do that authentically. So that's all crazy talk. It sounds like a hack, right? It sounds like a hack because people support what they support. You know, people support people for reasons, right? They support parties for reasons. I've been saying this, that until we can see that black people are allowed to support Republicans just like they're allowed to support Democrats. Until we're to the point where we understand that that's normal, we're going to always have a problem. Because they use this on everything. If you don't vote Democrats, it's not just Republicans. If you vote for the Green Party or the Truth and Justice Party or the Working Families Party or any Libertarian Party, anything else other than Democrats, they crucify you, no matter what it is. Doesn't matter what it is. Because to them, they own black people. Like they got the receipt. And this particular black person, Don Lemon, he was talking smack like he was going to be different once he got away from CNN. He was going to be real. Yeah, a real phony. Even faker than that. This guy had probably the biggest name in black MAGA support. The biggest black name in MAGA or that supported Trump on a world stage is probably Candace Owens. He interviewed her and he didn't talk this shit. What does that tell you? Not only did he platform her, he never once called her fraud and phony. But he goes on Bill Maher's show and does this. It just seems like a coward. She roasted his ass, by the way, but he seems like a coward because he is a coward. Because if I talk to Candace Owens, I'm going to bring up all the stuff she said about black people over the years. So we'll probably never talk. He didn't bring any of that up. And he didn't bring up this stuff he's bringing up now. But let's keep going.
Become a black MAGA person, it's like, whoa, let's book this person, let's put him on television.
So you don't think you can be a sincere black MAGA person?
No, I just said, I don't think that, I just said, I think there can be sincere Republicans.
But you can't be a sincere black Republican?
I don't think that you can be a rational MAGA, be black and be a rational MAGA person. I think you can be black and be a Republican.
I think they would find that very insulting.
Well, I mean, the truth is often insulting.
Let me ask you your opinion on this.
Let me get this right. The clip changes. We're going to, what does rational mean? In this context. It's only rational to support the Republicans, but it's not rational to support Donald Trump. Why not? For some reason, it was rational to support Kamala. I thought that was irrational. Why is it rational to support Kamala Harris, but irrational to support Trump? They're both running for office. They both ran for office. Right? I don't think it makes any damn sense. No, what it exposes is what we always knew, and it's what it is. Don Lemon's just a Democrat. That's it. It's fine. I get it. It's fine to be a Democrat. I'm not going to say you're irrational. I'm going to say you're wrong. You need to, but Don's neither right nor wrong. He's just a hack. He's just a person who's made millions of dollars. And I get it. Like, how can he all of a sudden come out and be different from that? You picked up millions and millions of dollars as a voice for Democrats on CNN. Rarely did he break from CNN or break from Democrats on anything. And now he's just that guy. It's the same guy he was. A hack. A Democratic shield. A member of the BlueKluxKlan. Yes, a black man can be the member of the BlueKluxKlan because it's not about the color of the person. It's about the mentality. And if that's not BlueKluxKlan mentality, what is? A black man telling other black men and women that they are unacceptable if they choose to make up their own mind about who they support. Now we can talk about the issues, and we can have a different opinion about immigration, war, funding of wars in Ukraine, bombing and funding bombs in Israel against Palestinians and Gaza war. How we feel about DEI and other programs and affirmative action, and we can have conversations about that. Transports and stuff. We could talk about all the social whatever. But just with a brush to say, if you support Trump and you black, you're doing it just to go on a show. Yeah, I got a feeling most of the people that support Trump don't go on any shows, Johnson. Yeah. As if there are people that support Biden or Democrats with hopes of going on shows too. There are a lot more shows to go on. I know, I'm in the business. I've been doing this 13 years. If you support the Democrats and you're willing to carry water for the Democrats, there's a lot more opportunity for black people in that lane. A lot more. It's a lot more places to go. They love to, as if Democrats don't tokenize black people. Please, the Democratic Party is white, just like the Republican Party is white. It's just the Democrats or the Republicans don't hide it. It's a very white party. So is the Democrats. Most of the people that run it are white, and even the black people that are in it that are not white, they're not pro-black. It's white. Like Don Lemon, for instance. But Don Lemon has the BlueKluxKlan mentality. Perfect. He explained it perfectly for me.
Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary show. They did one thing, they did a sketch where Tom Hanks puts on a MAGA hat, so he's a Trumper, and then Keenan comes over to shake his hand, and he won't shake his hand.
Yeah.
And I said this on Fareed's show the other day. I found that's so old. I didn't vote for him. I get all the bad things about that administration, but if you think they don't shake black people's hands, it's just you're wrong. That's not who they are. Matt Gaetz shakes black.
Oh, look at this guy. He actually, hey man, they're not standing on anything, man. They're not standing on anything. In my experience is going around, going places, being around people of all whatever. I've ran into a lot more racist progressives, a lot more racist liberals than I did conservatives, like in regular life, but I was around more progressive liberals type people. And most of the time, they didn't even know they were racist. They didn't know they had a bias, really. It's like the implicit, like just the things, like the ones who said dumb things, like one sticks with me. She said, "You should get your wife to do the show with you." I was like, well, she doesn't like really being in front of the camera. It's not her. It's not who she is. I think people would really like to see her, it'd be good for her. I was like, what are you, white lady, telling me what would be good for her? I just told you. I know my wife since we were in high school. She's not that person. She's not in the stages and being out like that. That's not her. She's never been. This is something she's not really rocked with her entire life. Goofy. But I got this liberal woman telling me what would be better for and it's that regular, and they would call that a microaggression. I just call it racist. With that regular, that maternal, like, I know better than you, black man, I say, no, she supports my show, and she's like, oh yeah, because it's got to be tough, doing your show. You mean like pays the bills? I was like, no, goofy, I paid the mortgage, dummy. She actually said that. I never forgot. This been like many years. I never forgot she said it. She was like, she supports you. No, support doesn't mean money. even when I was new to this, I was putting all the money back into my house and just not taking a salary or paying all the bills. I drink Diet Pepsis. That's how I looked at it. I drink Diet Pepsis if I get to do what I want to do. If I can live my dream out and do this, because I always dreamed of having a radio show or a TV show or some type of show of my own, and I had one, I didn't care about profits. Put it all back into the house. Take it. I just need a 6-pack of Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi or something. And I just get up and do more shows. But just the way that she said it, like the black woman has to be taking care of me, like raising me like I'm a child. It was very infantile. I forget the word for it. It's not infantile, it's close to it. But yeah, it was like she dehumanized me, emasculated me, and it was racist at the same time. All that in one tiny little hors d'oeuvre of liberal progressivism. She was a progressive. So yeah, I've had my experiences, Johnson. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. There's got to be some conservatives that are racist too, but I'm just saying it exists everywhere. But not to Don Lemon. To Don Lemon, that only exists in MAGA world. Not even Republican world, MAGA world.
I get all the bad things about that administration, but if you think they don't shake black people's hands, it's just you're wrong. That's not who they are. Matt Gaetz shakes black people's hands. You know, Kid Rock will shake your hand. It's just not helpful to like think that half the country that's where they are. That's your
Still, you're a comedian. You know, it's part of its comedy.
I understand.
But let's be honest. There's a huge faction of the MAGA movement that's really fucking racist.
I wouldn't say huge. No, I'd say partly.
I would say huge.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we have different perspectives.
I would say huge, and even if they're not, you have to overlook a lot of that in order to support Donald Trump, which I think is maybe even more egregious than just saying I'm a racist.
Next on deck.
Yo, I'm wondering why I don't know. Maybe this segment, maybe Bill will at some point bring up Democrats. He probably won't because he's won. You know, he still likes to hold on to his Democratic Party bona fides. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. They're racist Democrats. That's stupid. Why are we even having that conversation, man? Oh, because Bill brought it up about this SNL skit. But he's right. Like this whole, it's we ain't gonna never get away from it. The country's built on, exploiting people for money, which is what racism pretty much boiled down to: power and money. And then left to its own devices, people do all types of heinous things when they have power and money over you. But yeah, to just suggest that this is one side, that's not true. I met some good people on both sides. Even though Trump didn't say that. That's crazy. But about the Nazis. That's funny. Don Lemon is always he is who we thought he was, and he will continue to be so. And there are going to be people that have not had that experience. They have not had that experience where all these conservatives, all these MAGA people did this to them, but they're going to agree with Don without having the experience. And not thinking that there are currents that exist in the world. Some of them voted for Biden. They're not even going to, they're just going to agree with Don just because they're conditioned, because they watch MSNBC and CNN and ABC and CBS. So they're conditioned to believe what Don Lemon said with no evidence of it. And I'm saying if you get out a little bit, you have some experiences, some of the worst things that were done to me personally are not because of party affiliation. It's because those people were on that crap. They were on that shit at that time, and they acted that way. And I don't even know if it has to do with they are who they are, and their politics is a part of them that sits on top of that. But it's not a prerequisite to be a bigot because you're choosing a certain candidate. And nor does choosing a certain candidate cleanse you of bigotry. Yeah, like if you voted for Obama, now that doesn't change who you were. Didn't that what Big Get Out was telling us? Like the guy who was like demoralizing and stripping black people of their sense of self was a white guy who voted for Obama in the movie Get Out. Get it? Guess not. I guess that went over the heads of a lot of people, but yeah. And that was a guy who was married to a white woman and dates all the white women. Peel. That's hilarious. All right, guys, let's keep it going. Hit the like button if this makes any sense. And we're being honest, and that's all you can ask for. It's a little honesty in this world that lies to us to the point where I don't know what to tell my children. Tell them the truth, baby. Tell them the truth. Next up, oh, this is a good one. Next up, let's talk about Biden, Joe Biden. This is a little doodad we found about Joe Biden in Medicare. Man, every time I turn around, it's like the Democrats have been exposed. You know, it's crazy. Maybe Trump with the cuts. He's just been the only president with the guts to take the hit to get the cuts done, or to even attempt, because they're not done, right? But he's the only president in my lifetime it appears that's willing to take the hit to get the changes done. Because check out this clip.
With Tim Black.
It's crazy stuff, man. Shout out to Maze on X.
Our new NBC News poll, as you just...
Damn it, this is not even the one. I'm sorry. It's the next clip. I forgot this clip, but this is about Democrats or something. Hold tight.
saw shows the Democratic Party at an all-time low approval rating. Why do you think Democrats are failing to connect with Americans at this critical moment of urgency, which you describe?
Well, it's what I just talked about. I mean, I think Americans want the Democratic Party to stand up and fight and to take risks. Listen, I understand that had we gone into a shutdown, even for a handful of days, it would have been difficult, but it would have sent a message that the Democratic Party is not going to be bullied by Donald Trump. We are not going to let them write spending bills unilaterally that cut programs for people we care about, that give the president new and extraordinary power. I think Democrats in this country, but I think the broad middle of the public as well, want to see our party fighting in exceptional ways. That is the conversation that has to happen inside of the Democratic Party, inside our caucus. And if we don't get that right, if we continue to work with Republicans, if we continue to hand Donald Trump more power, we are going to lose our democracy.
Next on deck.
Yo, I got to question this guy's, his sensibility here. And where's he getting his information from? He just said that he's listening, people in the party and outside the party want them to fight against Donald Trump. Who told you that? Hey, who told you that people wanted you to fight against Donald Trump? Like what? Who are you surveying? Survey says who? Because it's going to depend on who you're asking the question of, because I think there's some people that think, just let the guy do what he does and at least wait to see what the results are before you do all this. The world is ending, the sky is falling, we're a third world country, and Trump brought back slavery. Can't we see these bad things starting, materialize? Or is it if you don't catch it now, it's over? Is it like with kids, if you don't catch the kid before he takes the hit of, the first cigarette, it's over? You going to always smoke cigarettes? Or can we try to do an intervention? If you smoke, after you smoke the pack? I don't know. I just don't think most of America feels that they want Democrats doing this. And when he said, hey, they want us to use exceptional ways to fight back. Exceptional ways. Oh, you mean Jasmine Crockett calling him a hoe? Oh, okay. Because that's what the great political mind of Charlemagne the God said was great. I love him and Scholl said, oh, it's great when it says hoe. It's great when she uses that language. Democrats need to stop talking in big words, stop talking like that. That resonates. With who? For every, you already got black women who are voting for the Democrats. How are you growing you're not going to win with the Jasmine Crockett school of politics on this issue. But back to the exceptional ways in which Democrats are protesting, or you mean like Jasmine? I mean, you mean like Maxine Waters at the EPA, outside the EPA yelling, or any random Democrat just, the Avengers dance, on social media? Is that an exceptional way of fighting back? Or was it everybody putting out the clip saying the same thing? The Democrats tried that, their version of telephone or whatever that was. I don't know what that was. That's how you fight back? What else, other ways were you guys fighting back? Yeah, none of the ways in which I've seen the Democratic Party trying to stop Trump are what I would call exceptional at all. In fact, the ways that I've seen you guys fighting back have been the opposite of exceptional. They have been what I would call lame, pointless. And I would think you should be appealing to reasonableness with the American people at this point, because you can't really stop Trump because he won and he owns the House and the Senate. So you can't really stop him, can you? And the things you're choosing to stop him over, a lot of those things don't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Like, I saw a video, and I think I'm going to put it here in the edit. Chris Cuomo was looking at this recent resolution that the Democrats are complaining about. This is what this guy's talking about. I think he's really talking about we didn't want to pass that budget resolution. And this budget resolution was basically identical to the one that Biden passed, like less than 6 months ago. Not that much different, and not that much different in money either. So it seems like basically Democrats just want to stop Trump or put up the facade of trying to stop Trump. And it also looked goofy because you're upset about Trump doing cuts in the federal government just so you to come and shut down the federal government. I don't know how that's supposed to work. How does that make people feel better? Oh, it's better if you do it than if Trump does it? So no, I don't see it. I don't see this working for the Democratic Party. But hey, they don't listen to American citizens, and it don't sound like this guy's talked to a lot of Americans. The ones I talk to, the ones I reach. You can't say he reaches more people than me. I do this 5 days a week, and on 4 platforms, and so that's millions of people. And majority of the people that I reach we're not thrilled with the Democrats. So MSNBC sort of acts as if, and so does CNN, these platforms act as if the world just started spinning 59 days ago. But however long Trump's been in office. But the truth is, most people who are cognizant and aware of life have been alive on this earth for more than 60 days. They were here under Biden, and they know prices weren't great under Biden. Things weren't great under Biden. Housing was still a problem under Biden. The water was a problem under Biden. All these things were not good under Biden. And now that Trump's in office for 2 months, now people are complaining that things are not good. Well, now the Democrats are complaining things are not good. Those same Democrats weren't complaining when things weren't good for 4 years. That's all I'm saying. And if you aren't tapped into that, and for the record, what's wrong with being tapped in earlier? Why weren't all these Democrats tapped into what people were on 6 months ago? Yeah, maybe if you would have been out here with the guts to question your own party a year ago, maybe if Don Lemon had the guts to question his party 2 years ago when he had a job, maybe his party wouldn't have lost. Since MAGA is so dangerous, maybe he should have been a part of stopping them by making the Democrats better. Yeah, man, in most situations in life, the way you defeat someone, the way a team beats another team, is you become a better team. Not demonize the other team, because that ain't got nothing to do with who's going to be playing Sunday and who's going to get the trophy. Because the trophy isn't given to people who have the best ability to fake it like they're good people, which is what the Democrats do. Meanwhile, they're really the BlueKluxKlan. Nah, it's about who put scores on the board. And every time the Democrats jump up and down about things that don't matter to us, but matter to them and their donors, in their little special interest groups, they lose points. You lose points when you support men and women's sports. You lose points when you support turning back planes that are flying gang members who are here undocumented out of our country into someone else's country. You lose points when you're on the side of those killers or gang members, whatever they are. You lose points when you say, why did Trump want to cut Ukraine off from funding this war that's getting nowhere, and we just keep funding it? Those are just three things that I'm sure that if we polled, generally speaking, the American people, they will be on Trump's side, not the side of the Democratic Party. But you guys would not say it, and those things have been going on. The border issue, that's been an issue that America, it's a 60-40, maybe 70-30 issue, meaning 70% of Americans think Biden did a horrible job with the border. And Don Lemon didn't speak up. And this guy, Murphy, that's his name, Chris Murphy, he didn't speak up. So that's four things that you could have been better on, that could have helped you win, that you weren't better on. And you didn't have the guts to question it. You fell in line with Biden. Then you fell in line with Kamala. And now that you got the L, everybody's supposed to care. Everybody's supposed to be all heartbroken. No, I'm not heartbroken. We're going to see what Trump does. And as those things start to happen, we're going to make judgments as he does those things and as life starts to unfold under those things. But we're going to put our fingers in our ears when you talk about what could happen, because you put your fingers in your ears for 4 years while we complained about what you were doing. And you sent out people like Jasmine Crockett to tell us, and Roland Martin, to tell us we are crazy and we're dumb. And The View, the ladies on The View, don't forget them, to tell us we just dumb. We just don't understand how great life really is under Biden. All right, guys, hit the like button. Let's keep the party going. This is a Tim Black Show. We do this 5 days a week, 2 days off, Saturday and Tuesday. But we put out content every day of the week, Johnson. Sometimes 3 times a week, 2-3 times a week. A day, I'm sorry. 2 to 3 times a day we dropping content, but we do live shows 5 days a week. So yeah, people, let's keep the party going. I want to thank everybody for being here. Shout out to Buck Muley, my people over here on YouTube and X. Can I get some likes on YouTube, and can I get at least one person to give me a retweet on X? All right, let's keep going, y'all. More content.
And if we don't get that right, if we continue to work with Republicans, if we continue to hand Donald Trump more power, we are going to lose our democracy.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
Everybody also agrees, I got from this morning, but I think we had before, that we waste a heck of a lot of money, and that somewhere around a third of all the dollars we spend on Medicare goes for nothing useful. We're not cutting Medicare benefits in this. We're trying to eliminate the third of the problem that's a waste, and this is a big entitlement. It's a big entitlement. Medicare, it exists. We got to figure out how to keep it from bankrupting the country without denying seniors what they're entitled to.
Next on deck.
Yeah, you know, now that people are talking about it who are not Joe Biden or Obama, you know, then now it's Hitler. Now it's Hitler. It's the thing of fascism. It's evil, the evil doer. The evil man wants to come to town and take it from you. But no one, Joe Biden, not only was he not crucified for having that position on Medicare, he became president. So I'm just trying to figure this out, right? So the corporate media people, I found this clip because of Mays on X. Mays puts out great clips. Follow Mays on X. So the corporate media found this clip before Mays. I'm sure the corporate media, with all their staff of people, Mays is a one-man show, like me. Mays found this clip. You don't think Democrats and the Democratic Party knows this clip exists? We know Joe Biden knows it exists because he was saying it. But then again, maybe he doesn't remember because he's dementia. You know, dementia may have set in fully at this point. Yeah, he probably doesn't recall what he said out of his mouth. But Obama was there and so was Pelosi. But then again, I think Obama's living his best life now that him and Michelle are coming out finally that they're not really a couple. It was all BS. I don't know. Nancy looks like she's on her last leg. It's an artificial leg. Yeah, man, I'm not sure. There got to be some people in that room that recall what was happening. But anyway, the point is, it was able to be found because Mays did not create the clip. The clip, something went off. The clip is from, what the hell happened? I don't know. Something. The clip we just saw was from the Democratic Party, and I think that there are people in media who are able to find that clip somewhere. And yeah, so they know it exists. My point is this: why weren't they crucifying Joe Biden over this policy that he wanted to implement? He wanted to cut Medicare. Why wasn't he getting dragged? I asked that rhetorically. I know the Democrats ain't gonna answer me, right? Black America, I'm asking you, black people, they voted for Biden. Why do you think that Joe Biden wasn't roasted for this? Why do you think Obama said it too? Obama, I got clips I played last show, Friday, where Obama was saying the same thing about Medicare. Chuck Schumer was saying the same thing. So you think America's opinion about this changed between this time? Or do you think it just depends on who's saying it? I think it depends on who's saying it. I think they demonize Trump, and you can take this to the bank. And I say 95% of the time, I could go higher, but I'm going to go with 95% of the time. 95% of the time, when Democrats complain about Trump for something Trump did, they already did it. You just don't know it because you watch MSNBC and CNN and you watch corporate media. That's the rule I go by. That's why no matter what you tell me, no matter what you complain about, anybody, whenever I hear something negative about Trump, I never jump on it initially because I know if I take time and look, I'll find that the Democrats did it too. And they were quiet doing it. And the media was quiet while it happened. Deportations, Trump didn't invent it. Separation of families, Trump didn't start it. Happens all the time to regular Americans as well. Obama, in fact, the videos of families being split up and kids being in cages was actually taken from Biden's administration. I'm sorry. No, Obama's administration. Yeah. So the videos of children in cages, turns out it wasn't even under Trump. That was old footage from the old Obama administration. So what I've had to do, not because it's me, but because I have been doing this long enough that I got burnt so many times, and you're going to get burnt. But I started realizing that a speech I gave in 2016 or 2015 is true in more ways than I knew. And that is, at the DNC, outside of the DNC, I was giving a speech about Trump, Hillary. It was this big crowd. I say a couple thousand people. And it was my turn to speak. And one of the lines I said in that speech was, they tell you to fear Trump, but Hillary is more dangerous than Trump. Hillary's a lot more dangerous than Trump because there are journalists that ask Hillary what to write. They never ask Trump what to write, what to print. They ask Hillary, what can they print? Meaning, and so basically the media is in the pocket of the Democrats to an extent that's even further than I imagined. I didn't even know about these clips. I just knew when WikiLeaks exposed those documents that there were journalists that worked for important newspapers and magazines asking the Clinton campaign, is it okay to print this? Here goes our article. Let us know if there's anything you disagree with first before we print it. That I know no matter what you find on Trump, you're not going to find that email where any liberal media outfit is asking him, hey, before we print this about you, you want to know it's okay. Make sure you look it over first. And that's what real power is. That's definitely a real power if you can control what the media prints about you. So with all the stuff they say, they call Trump a dictator and all this other nonsense, recognize one of the first things a dictator would do is knock out communications and take over the communication airways. Trump hasn't done that. Telling AP you can't come to our press conferences is not knocking out all of media. But having journalists and newspapers have to go through your support staff to print articles about you, that is tantamount. That is right there. It's a next door neighbor to being running the media. And that's what Hillary Clinton was doing. And she wasn't even president. She was just running for president. So, yeah, we ain't talk this nonsense like Trump is a fascist and he's a dictator. He's a dictator running. Yeah, what's he doing? Half of them won't be able to tell you anything specifically that he's doing that makes him a dictator. They start talking about what he could do. So whenever I hear negativity about Trump, I'm not saying he doesn't do things that are wrong. I always have to take the time to look and see what Democrats did, because no one will tell you that. They'll just talk about him all day. And Trump, he took a dump. He didn't flush that time. I'm like, I wonder if Hillary did that. Did Obama ever not flush? Trump came out of the bathroom, he didn't wash his hands. Did Hillary ever come out the bathroom without washing her hands? You know, these are basics, right? But on other policies, other things that Trump does, we don't ask that question. Hey, did the Democrats do this? It doesn't mean it doesn't deserve the scrutiny. It doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about it. But what it means, you got to have context. And people don't want context, because then it makes the Democrats look like what the Democrats are. It doesn't change the facts. It just puts the facts in context. So some of the cuts that Trump is making, or some of the cuts that people are saying Trump will make because he hasn't made them yet, they are cuts that are similar to the cuts Democrats talked about doing. And not just random Democrats off the street. Not just focus group Democrats handpicked by Fox or Newsmax or News Nation. No, Obama, Pelosi, Schumer, and Biden. And if that's not damning, what is? Next.
But from bankrupting the country without denying seniors what they're entitled to.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
The grassroots is furious, right? Most of the caucus is furious. I never before, my parents were Democrats. I've been a Democrat my entire life. Never before did I say, I should leave this party, because if democracy is at risk and you had no idea what to do and you have no plan, and even now at this moment, you know nothing of what to do and you're capitulating to this is disgusting.
Are you thinking about leaving the Democratic Party? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, me personally, yes. I'm not an elected official, but I have always voted with the Democrats.
Over this issue?
Yeah, over the inability to figure out what to do in the face of fascism and the rise of Trump.
I hear you on that. The inability to have a plan is absolutely a problem, right? But I'm really questioning, what is the plan after the shutdown happens? Because when a shutdown happens, people don't get paid. And this is not exactly an administration that wants to keep the government open. They actually want the thing to be shut down.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I'm not a Democrat, never was. I was a lifelong Republican and quit the party over Donald Trump because he is
Because it's better for my pocketbook and people will book me more and more because I am a person talking anti-Trump. Folks, there's a lot more money to be made being anti-Trump than pro-Trump, particularly when you go on Democratic shows like this. Yeah, it's a lot. It really helps. Look at Michael Steele. Look what Michael Steele's doing. Look at the ladies on The View. They used to be Republicans. Now they're not Republicans because of Trump. So they're in the anti-Trump ecosystem. Lemon won't talk about that. What are the Democrats supposed to do, Goofy? Let's go to Torre. What are Democrats supposed to do when they lost? I don't get it. Trump doesn't necessarily need you, right? So, like, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to shut down the government and be hated by everyone? But then a bunch of people that probably should be with the Green Party to begin with, or some other party, which is why I say we need more than two parties to begin with. Some socialist party, but oh yeah, you're a corporatist, really. You like the money, you want to make money, money rules you. So you ain't gonna work out with that, right? Because they're down to tax like 50% of your income. So you ain't gonna work out with that. But get what I'm saying? So what are you supposed to do? What would have worked for you? So a lot of this is performative, Johnson. These Democrats let them perform like they're gonna do something. This sounds like blackmail. You know, it sounds like that crap people say in comment sections. I'm unsubscribing, Tim Black. I'm unsubscribing. I'm like, I didn't know you were subscribed. But I did. Thank you. Peace. I don't know what to say. Shit. It's a free subscription. My parents were Democrats. So what? You've been making money off being this. You're on here talking for Democrats. Maybe you should leave. Join Anna Kasparian and TYT. She says she's not a Democrat. She's just anti-Trump. Okay, let's keep going, Johnson. This is going to be good.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I'm not a Democrat, never was. I was a lifelong Republican and quit the party over Donald Trump because he is someone who doesn't respect the Constitution and is trying to rule like a king. So, but look, I was part of the Tea Party movement. I watched what happened.
Okay, for the record, guys, anybody know, I hope you know, I got to always operate as if people are brand new to the show. Obama wrote more executive orders than Trump. In fact, Obama wrote more executive orders than any other president in the last 30 years. And I know, I got a feeling she didn't call Obama a king. Right? That's pretty sure of that. So, yeah, we just want to make sure that we letting people know. Here we go. Just for the record, guys. I mean, we can move on and move. I want to keep playing it, but when these things come up and we don't show it, right, then people don't know it. So I don't expect Roland Martin and the other Democrats to tell you this. This is the executive orders, right? So Obama is close to 300. That's what he did. Okay. This is Trump now. He's at 66, maybe a little bit more now, because I think this date was the beginning of March. It's March, but it doesn't tell you when in March, right? So he may have signed a couple more executive orders since this graphic. I just had this graphic made. I had this graphic made this week, okay? And as we can see, Joe Biden wrote more executive orders than Trump. So typically when they talk about executive orders, they're talking about, typically when they're talking about executive orders, they're talking about being a dictator. They're talking about not going through the Congress to get laws passed, but using your pen in order to change laws. That's typically what they mean. And if that's what they're talking about, if that's the barometer, the ruler that they're measuring that with, they would have to say that Obama was the biggest king, the biggest dictator. Just based on how many executive orders he unilaterally acted. And for the record, there were a number of things that Obama did that the courts rescinded, that he had to go to court about. And he said, take me to court. Take me to court. He laughed. He said, hey, y'all gonna sue me? Really? Really? You're gonna sue me for doing my job? Because you won't. He made fun of them. He mocked them for taking them to court. It's all on the record. These people were alive long enough to be able to do the research. Tara Setmeyer knows that. Abby Phillip knows that. Everybody there should know that. Torrey should know that, or he shouldn't be on that panel. So when they call Trump a dictator and a king over it, but not call the rest of the presidents that did it, go to presidentialimpact.com, get my free ebook that talks about presidents who got things done outside of Congress. I didn't know this book was going to be this useful. Let's keep going.
How Republicans were a resistance opposition party when Democrats ran everything. And watching this happen now as someone who's an independent that's pro-democracy, that I guess you can say caucuses with the Democrats now, it is very frustrating.
So you're Bernie Sanders. You know, for all intents and purposes, Bernie Sanders is a Democrat. So for all intents and purposes, you are a Democrat because everything else you do is about Democrats. You know, we asked you about, certain culture issues. I'm pretty sure you'll side with the Democrats or you wouldn't be able to sit there because they do not tolerate dissension in their ranks or you won't be getting booked on the Abby Phillips show.
King. So, but look, I was part of the Tea Party movement. I watched what happened and how Republicans were a resistance opposition party when Democrats ran everything. And watching this happen now as someone who's an independent that's pro-democracy, that I guess you can say caucuses with the Democrats now, it is very frustrating. When you don't have a leader, there's no unification in a message. It hurts the grassroots and the troops that you need. Right. Could you imagine if during World War II, and you saw what was happening with the bombs over London, and then, it was just like, Churchill's just gonna say, we're gonna capitulate now because, what are we gonna do about it? This is not the way you lead. What happens is that the Republicans who are in charge, they have to explain why workers aren't getting paid. They need to explain why they can't run the government. And the Democrats need to say, we were fighting for you. It's not they're in charge. And show that people are being fought for. I'm watching what's happening, and when you have a demoralized base, you're never going to lead an opposition. If you don't have the chutzpah, if you don't have the intestinal fortitude to lead, then get the hell out of the way, Chuck Schumer, and let the people who are willing to fight for their constituents lead the party. Because this is not the way to win.
Okay, she makes a compelling case that this is a leadership issue. Okay?
100%.
And I get that. Chuck.
Look, as the Democrat who gets Democrats elected at this table, with all due respect to all of my friends, there's a lot going on all at the same time. And stay with the old Mexican redneck, and I'll talk slowly for everybody, is that when you're not in charge of Jackass, you've got to do something. And to your point, there's a lot of people that feel like you feel about this party right now. And as you go through race after race after race, there was a whole bunch of people that voted for Donald Trump. Democrats first have to realize that and understand why they voted for Donald Trump. And then they should realize, what does it mean to actually fight? The Democrats have been in charge for a long time. Some of the same people. I ain't got here to throw hate at nobody, but the anxiety is very real in America right now, and that's why Donald Trump was elected.
So do you think they should have stopped this thing and shut the government down? That is really the question.
Look, as the political consultant here,
It's not Dems shutting the government down. It would be Republicans
that's
shutting
what the
government
Republicans
down.
would have said.
Okay. Let me
Democrats are
rephrase.
shutting it down.
Let me
Let's just be clear. That's what
rephrase, okay? The government would have shut down if there were not enough votes, if Democrats had not cast this vote. And that was a consequence of this.
Right.
Was that an appropriate consequence in order to do something, which is what the
You
base
saw two things happen at the same time. You saw Schumer said, I'm going to take these bullets for everybody. It may cost me my leadership position.
It should cost him his leadership position.
Democrats feel just like this right here. Throughout the country, we need them to show up in a midterm election. So
I'm not a Democrat, though. I'm an independent.
That's fine. I'm talking about winning elections.
I know.
Yes.
And in order to win elections in 2026, if we actually have them, you have to have people that are motivated to vote for people who will fight for them.
Next on deck.
Yeah, man. I met Chuck. Chuck is a cool dude. I see what he's saying. And let's be real, man. The Democrats would have been blamed for the government being shut down if they would have done that. And regardless of what they're saying about people want to see you fight, you would have been hated by a lot of independents. So, the biggest party in the United States is not a party. It's the people that party at home. Yeah, it's people throwing house parties. Yeah, a lot of people don't have time to go out to the club. A lot of people party from home. Okay? And what I mean by that is they don't belong to the Democrat or the Republican parties. So the independents run the country. America is split like this: 40% independent, 30% Democrat, 25% Republican. And then we got people that don't vote. But of the people that vote, that's the breakdown of it, okay? And, 10% of people, who knows what happens to them. But here's the thing. This is the point. If you shut down the government, to me, in my assessment, all it does is make you look bad, because they're gonna be sob stories of people who can't work at all. And when we consider the fact that this CR, this negotiating tactic to keep the government open, is something that happens all the time, and it happened at the Biden 6 months ago, and Republicans voted and let Biden keep the government open because it's bigger than them. The Democrats look like petty-ass children throwing a hissy fit. And all of a sudden, all the noise you were making about people getting laid off, people that teleworked or people that were probationary employees, right? Because they feel the staffing levels have ballooned to such an extraordinary rate that we need to cut down some staff. All of a sudden, you lose the ability to say that because you just made everybody go home. I wonder what happens to government services when the entire government shuts down. So how are you going to make that argument? Democrats are so stuck on stupid that they would be upset that Abby said the Democrats would be shutting down the government. Oh, that's not what it would be. That's not what it would be. Listen, folks, if the Democrats would let the government shut down, it would be like, no, they wouldn't have been shutting the government down. But let's say this. Remember those old-time movies? You young kids probably won't remember this. It'd be an old-time movie that have a person tied up and laid across railroad tracks, right? And the person's laid up on the railroad tracks and the train's coming. There'd always be that scene. And that is the government about to be shut down. And the Democrats were standing right there next to the lady on the train tracks. Then they had an opportunity to knock her off the tracks and save her life, or to step back and let the train do as it do. That's the choice they had. For you to be upset that Schumer didn't let the woman get run over just to prove a lesson that we ain't going to be helping save people, is dumb. Because she got a family, she got kids. And, plus, that's a waste of a nice dress. I don't know, but you get what I'm saying? So what the Democrats did at the end of the day is what they had to do. This is our theater. This is all for show. If you close the government, you're going to have to reopen it quickly. And then when you capitulate and reopen it, then what? Because you're the one that looks like you're the one that shut it down. You're the one that was standing next to the lady when she got run over. So now, when you have to, I don't know, reanimate her, and sometimes dead is better. Pet Cemetery shout out. That's a dirty job. Because you don't know how she comes back. It'd have been all for nothing. All for nothing. So, yeah, you can say, oh, Chuck Schumer standing up for a good cause. Really, he was? This wasn't like, hey, we're about to fund a war and drop, this going to drop bombs on women and children and men that would like to live and see the next day. You weren't standing up for that, were you? Nah, you weren't standing up for, hey, we're about to get universal health care. And we're going to extend lives all across this country. And we're going to give Americans what Israel has, who we fund. And they have been funding for the last 20 years. We're gonna demand that our citizens have the same level of health care of those countries that we fund, like Israel. So you're willing to shut down the government over it. But no, you're not. So, this whole high horse crap that Democrats pretend to be on is a bunch of nonsense. They play a bunch of away games, but when it really comes down to it, the things they stand on are not winning things. They stand on things like DEI, which helps white women more than any other group. By the time it gets to black men, ain't no more jobs left. Things like men in women's sports. Things like men should be able to use the women's bathroom at Congress on Capitol Hill. Dumb things that we get to hear over and over. And if you say these are just things, small issues that are blown up, you know how you get rid of small issues that are blown up that should not get focused? Not doing them. Yeah, not being on the wrong side of them would be a good way to avoid these small issues that you say Republicans exploit in order to get votes. The same way I say that you, the BlueKluxKlan, exploit black people to get votes every day. Yeah. The crocodile tears and the grand exits. No reason for the grand exit there, Torre. I feel you. Good. I thought he was going to say he was even a country. That'd have been even better. They don't have to hear your tired rhetoric. And put on a shirt. He's got on a skirt. Was it a shirt, jacket? Shacket. He's wearing a shacket. I don't know, man. Look, it's not important. At the end of the day, it don't even matter, man. Democrats are out of their wheelhouse, and if the wheelhouse has any type of like truth finger on the pulse of what people care about, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it unravel. I think it's a good opportunity to get rid of the Democratic Party. I really do. We need a new party, and the Democrats, they're not in this fight. They're not in this fight at all. I do not see it. I don't know how they're going to rebound. They're not going to rebound. I see them not gaining anything in the midterms. That's how bad I think the Democrats are doing. And it would take a catastrophic fumble from Trump for you to succeed. I mean, you're so goofy. The Democrats are so goofy. They took debate on the Venezuelan gang members being sent out the country. They're fighting against that issue. And I'm sorry, if you caucus with the Democrats and you support Venezuelan gangs staying in our country, who illegally are in our country, and you're against the president just because the manner in which he's deporting them is not what you think is the manner he should use, because you think he's going to just start deporting who? Black people? To where? Where? Back to South Carolina, North Carolina? Where are you deporting us to? It's just dumb. It's dumb. But Democrats won't stand on anything that actually impacts our lives, that really makes a difference for us. They'll stand on superficial things. Once again, that budget resolution is not that different than the budget resolutions that were signed just 6 months ago. I think Chris Cuomo was reporting on it. What did he say? He said one of the differences is it's a little longer than the other resolution. Like, so this one would last us until September of 2025, as opposed to just being a 3-month resolution, which was what the last one was. So they all felt it was necessary to sign the 3-month resolution under Biden, which was basically the same amount of money to keep the government open. Anyway, that's it for that. My last segment is actually a bonus segment, and it sucks, but I got to do it, guys, because this is crazy. I got to cover this because it's Bill Burr. I'm a fan of Bill Burr, okay? Bill Burr is a comedian that I've been watching come up, and when his specials come out, you know, I let my man Iron Man Oz, and we talk about the special. We look forward to Bill Burr specials, you know? Same way I look forward to like a Dave Chappelle special. And you're just like one of those people that really speaks for Generation X, you know? And for the most part, I agree with, you know, where he's coming from. But what I have is a clip from Valuetainment talking about Bill Burr because he made some statements that people are upset about. So let's get into that and go see Valuetainment, because when you're reacting to a clip from other people's reaction of a clip, that's the least you could do.
Burr is having a rant. This is towards who? This is towards Elon Musk. Is this the one that you?
Musk, I don't know if he's on a podcast, but I don't know what the hell.
Is this the one, Rob?
Yes, it's from.
Bill Burr is having a rant. This is towards who? This is towards Elon Musk. Is this the one that you?
Musk, I don't know if he's on a podcast, but I don't know what the hell.
Is this the one, Rob?
Yes, it's from his podcast, Monday Morning Podcast.
Okay, go. How long is this clip, Rob?
This is about 1 minute and 37 seconds. And just so you know, this just broke news yesterday and today, but this clip actually came out on the 17th of February. So this has been out there, just nobody reported on it, which goes to show nobody's listening to Bill Burr.
Play the clip.
I'll tell you what's funny. I made fun of the fucking Twitter guy for fucking Sieg Heiling, not once but twice. And I never look at my emails. I was scrolling through my emails, and it said my Twitter account had been flagged for inappropriate. I don't even tweet anymore. It had been flagged for what a fucking baby. Just like Hitler, a fucking baby. Yeah. How about the fact that the Twitter guy he's not even from here. He's from South Africa. He comes to this country and wants to turn it into a fucking dictatorship. He does.
Yeah, you know, this is bad off the break because, I mean, no, he's a comedian. That's always when we talk about comedians. But, you know, yeah, Elon Musk is not contacting you directly. You know it's people, it's an algorithm, right? You know it's not like him doing it. I felt the same way when Zuckerman stiffed me out of money. I was mad as shit at Zuckerman. But it wasn't Zuck. It was his algorithms. It was his systems. So I get why he's pissed. He got flagged. Let's go.
Been flagged for what a fucking baby. Just like Hitler, a fucking baby. Yeah. How about the fact that the Twitter guy he's not even from here. He's from South Africa. He comes to this country and wants to turn it into a fucking dictatorship. He doesn't feel that we deserve democracy. Can you just imagine doing that? Going to another country and
Vinny?
And just
he's not done. He's not done.
What happened, Rob?
Because I've decided.
What happened?
Yeah, he doesn't mind living under a dictatorship as long as he's on the good side of it. Fucking laminated face cunt. Because that's another thing. All of these people that are into fucking Hitler, you know what I mean? And like look at this guy like he was some sort of fucking hero. The guy's one of the biggest fucking cowards ever. All the pain and all the suffering that guy's caused and the war crimes the Allies had to commit, firebombing fucking cities to get that motherfucker. When it came time for him to pay the price for all the suffering he caused millions and millions and millions of people.
Vinny.
Did he face the music? No, he gave himself a nice, quick, painless fucking death.
Vinny, I'm going to ask you the question. I'll tee it up for you.
Well, what?
We had a poll. Is Bill Burr a top 10 comedian? You said yes. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
Publicly.
Stop.
You realize
stop.
He's not funny.
Stop for a second. Let him react. Don't change the topic because you're going comedy. let him react to what he said about Musk. This is not a comedy topic. Go ahead.
I personally don't know what happened to Bill Burr. Okay, maybe it's his wife. Maybe she's in his ear. Maybe it's something else. But the signs are there. Funny story. So back in LA, the pandemic's over. Okay, one of my friends, Mark, is doing comedy shows outside in Hollywood behind like one of those nightclubs. Bill Burr walks in, tight ass. I'm talking about the mask was so tight, nobody else is wearing masks. He's the only one. Tight mask. This is how gone he is as a liberal. Goes on stage, kind of, away from everybody, doesn't want to go on anybody. Then he goes on stage. The stage is circular. Then he takes off his mask and he proceeds to tell jokes, Rob. And now everybody's laughing, projectile spitting towards him. So the irony is just, it's hilarious. And the fact that he's saying he thinks Elon Musk, guys, and the fact that it came out, Rob, last month, he still thinks you're so stupid and gullible. You think this guy is going to do the Nazi salute twice? That just shows how stupid Bill Burr is, okay? That's how gone he is. I guarantee you he was one of the BLM posting the black squares and all that shit. He probably donated, even though they stole all the freaking money. But here's my question, Bill. What have you ever built? What have you built? We talked about this yesterday. Your podcast studio, Elon Musk, Zip2, PayPal, SpaceX, Tesla, Solar City, OpenAI, Neuralink, helping people that can't move any of their freaking limbs talk and type on a fucking computer. All right? The Boring Company, XAI, and the list can keep going, okay? And he bought Twitter so people like us can actually speak out, Bill. Not like the one that had before that was actually treating it like Nazis, kicking people off the platform and censoring people, okay? Meanwhile, he's sitting over there and you're talking shit about a guy that's revolutionizing the world, changing the freaking game. And let's not forget who Bill Burr is. He was at some sneaker thing, Rob. You can look it up. A millionaire, multi-millionaire that used a capitalist country to become a millionaire, talking shit about the system and then says free Luigi. Okay, free Luigi, a guy that murdered. I don't give a shit how you feel about the guy. Praising a guy that murdered a guy in the middle of the street in cold blood, that's married, has children, just shows exactly what Hollywood does to these fucking liberals like Bill Burr. Bill Burr, still funny as hell, but something has shifted and is changing, and that's what Hollywood does to these people. It's freaking sad, bro, and you've admitted it. Bill Burr says, I'm just a comedian, and this is the game that they play. I'm just a comedian. Don't take me serious. No, you open your mouth and you talk shit, so people are going to talk shit back to you. And he said this before. Bill knows this. He goes, I don't read. Maybe you should start reading, Bill. Start reading a book. Open up a book because he sounds like a freaking idiot. Moron.
Tom.
I think the last part of what Vinny just said really resonates with me. If you're going to be a comedian, there's a difference between satire and obvious humor and a rant. And
yeah, man. Like, wow, they kind of got beside themselves. They kind of got beside themselves about this thing with Bill Burr, man. Jesus Christ. All this for Elon? I was always told, never cry for somebody who owns their own plane. Elon Musk owns a spaceship. So you're all a bunch of morons. Like, really. Like, Elon does things to make people not like him on purpose. They call it, edge later or something. Something. I forget the term for it. Where they troll you and they just want you to respond. That's it. I think the two things could be right at the same time. And one of them is, yes, Bill Burr's changed. His money's changed. And I think he is infected with some of the Hollywood liberalism garbage, right? I do believe that. But I think that these guys are also infected. They're infected with opportunity and success that's happened on their platform. They don't want to go up against Elon Musk. And I think it becomes a battle like I'm in a privileged position because I'm not making any money with Elon. It's nothing he can cut me off from because he's not giving me anything. Like Pat Bet-David and his Valuetainment crew, like they've been on the Joe Rogan show and they know Elon and all this stuff. So yeah, they're gonna kiss ass. So we got people kissing ass on the Republican side of the ball, and let's stop pretending like they aren't, who know Trump. I'm not talking about random voters. I'm not talking about random people. I'm talking about people that know Trump and know Elon and know these types of people, where it can impact their business. And you know Bill Burr, he's done a couple movies in Hollywood. He's doing other stuff in Hollywood. This is good for him publicity-wise with those people. And he's also a comedian, so he can always come up and say, hey, I'm just making jokes. And they're always going to be able to use that. That's a good way to be able to stir the pot. In fact, in Bill Burr's rant, half of it's about Hitler. And if you don't believe that Elon Musk was doing the Higgs style, then I don't know. Then nothing he said mattered, because he's talking about what Hitler did, as if he must really believe. Maybe Bill really believes that. I believe Elon was trying to troll to get people talking about him doing that. That's what I believe. That's what I believe. I believe it was all a grand troll strategy, and that he used that mechanism of triggering people in order to get the news cycle, and he won that. And that made him feel good, because that's what his intentions were. His intention was to have everybody talk about it. Hey, you still talking about it. And I don't think he gives a damn that people are talking about it. But if you, Valuetainment, Pat Bet David, and crew, and pissed off guy, if you started shitting on Elon now, he would hold that against you, because he knows you guys, and you guys use his platform. So that's what I think. I think Bill Burr's playing a game, and so are you. Only person being honest here is me. And that's why I'm broke. That's the point. That's the whole point. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because honesty gets you broke. If you operate in the Democrat ecosystem, you want to be in Hollywood, you want to be on Main Street, you want to do shows and stuff that's connected to the general public, you got to still go through those hoops. You got to maneuver through the obstacle course. You know, Bill Burr, he went on SNL and took a dump on the Hollywood. Takes a dump on the white ladies, the liberals. So that was kind of a cheap shot. Bill Burr's the guy that said white women kicked their leg over the rope of adversity and said they were struggling, though they're sitting right there next to a white guy. And they're white. Complaining how hard they got it. And he brought that up. It was a great bit he did. So to say he's been hoodwinked and fooled by all this stuff, it's just you are really pissed off. It's like, why are you so upset about a comedian making jokes about Elon and roasting Elon there? Why? This guy looked physically like he wanted to fight Bill Burr. This guy here. Why would you be that upset over the richest man in the earth getting criticized? You know, Bill Burr dropped a lot of F-bombs in his podcast. So this segment probably can't get monetized because I didn't know he did that. I just wanted to play it. I saw they talked about it. I didn't know it's going to have that many cuss words, but I'll say you are a moron, dude. Like you are slow as hell. If you are legitimately that upset over somebody criticizing Elon. I mean, you look like veins are going to pop out your forehead. So either it's worth a lot of money to you or you are a fool. Because I don't think Elon will get upset about anything that happened to you. Mr. Yeti, angry. I guess that's his thing, right? That's his stick. I don't watch the show enough to know. Is that what he usually does? I'm about to wrap this segment up, but let's
and that footage is out there of him getting murdered, and you're out there trying to be funny saying free Luigi, you're not just a comedian. So when you talk shit in this game, people are going to talk shit back.
What? Dude, I'm not clapping for somebody getting shot, but let's keep it real. Like the guy that got shot, he was killing people, he just wasn't using bullets. And I don't see you upset about it. You know, you don't even have to do the obligatory like, yo, it's wrong for healthcare insurances to deny coverage to people they paid. Remember, it's not free. So it's kind of weird, but other than the fact you guys worship the system, because that's what Pat Bet David he does, is those guys they're all about it. You just love the system. Yeah. That just shows that you don't have your head on straight. Because you're not upset at all that insurance executive was a part of the system that denies cancer patients like little DJ Daniel from getting operations. That's what he did. That's what United Healthcare had been doing. If you have no smoke for that, you're not even bringing up the potential reason, the actual, their potential motive for the shooting. Though Luigi said he didn't do it. He pleaded not guilty. So, yeah, we're not going to go any further than that. But, yeah, this guy's unhinged, and I guess that's his role. I bet Pat comes back in and probably talks a little bit more sensibly. Maybe Pat doesn't. Pat's going to sell his mug. Pat's like, you guys talk. I actually like Bill, and Bill's a friend, and I'm not going to get on the wrong side of Bill. Let's see what Pat Bet Davis said. It's his show.
Barbecued.
Thank you.
If you drink a lot of coffee, if you drink Arnold Palmer, if you drink hot tea, guess what?
We out of here. Get out of here. That's funny. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. I think I was pretty clear about where I come up on this. Yeah, it's not the end of Bill's career. It's not the end of Elon's money, and it definitely isn't the end of the controversy. To be too upset about it is to be either phony or to be stupid as. All right. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Let's go to the comment section, guys. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, man. Extra innings, man. Buck, Bewley, and Mamba. I don't know how. I know you guys. Buck probably sleep. Buck probably went to sleep. I'm really pushing it, ain't I, Buck? All right, guys, let's go to comments. We got Big Megs in the house, giving a membership to a lucky subscriber, man. Thank you, Megs, for doing what you do. What's the answer, Tim? The Republicans don't hide the racism. The Democrats put a black face on racism. We can't trust either. When you break it down, which party has more individuals that are opposed to decency? Nah, that's not how we decide, dude. Like I said, for me, and you can do what you want to do, Ty. For me, brother, the Democrats give their votes to the Black America gives their votes 90 to 95% for the Democrat, no matter who's running. That needs to change. That's where I'm at. I'm on that side. I'm on the side of reasonableness. I'm on the side of, hey, man, maybe we should clear the deck every election and look at what's in it for us and be an actual constituency with bargaining power instead of being a foregone conclusion. Yeah, we ain't even got to ask her. We know she's available. That's how the Democrats treat us. She gonna be at home alone. She always ready. So let me go take my shot over here and take this one out. That's what happens. So that's my logic behind my belief system here on that. You know what I'm saying? Feel me? Black Mamba in the house. Thank you, Black Mamba. Can you define unilateral as versus multilateral? Well, unilateral would be one person making a decision. And multilateral would be having more than one person. Hits multi. That's my assumption. Trust no party. I never used the term multilateral. I never used that before. Trust no party in the house. Thank you, Trust no party. M. Sparks. Solidarity. Thank you, fam. I appreciate it. Well, that's a short night. And it's all right. Thank you, Sparks. All right, guys, that's it. That's all I got. Much love to you. From the Tim Black Show to the Wolfpack. Remember, go to timblackmug.com to pick up this mug, $20 to your door. It supports the channel and it supports independent media. Join the Tim Black Show. Become a paid member of the Tim Black Show at jointimblack.com. Starting at only $5 a month, you too can become a VIP. That's it. That's all I got. Got nothing but love for you. Remember, don't let nobody take your cornbread. Don't do it, Johnson. And as always say, you know, sick, where's my ladies? Where's my heart?